Going on, everybody, I'm the BTC Reaper. My goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading when the price is going up or down. Ethereum staking deposits outpaced withdrawals by 189 million in ETH. So, pretty much in terms of entities still waiting to withdraw stake funds, Coinbase is still the largest with 55,000 ETH waiting to be exited. But the most important discovery is that overall the net inflows are positive, with 97,568 ETH being staked currently. So that is pretty good for us, although half of that looks like it's from Coinbase, so hopefully some other Ethereum comes in to replace that, if it does all end up getting taken out at once. But over on the charts, Bitcoin dominance is trying to run up, so we are trying to push forward. Momentum is trying to curl up. RSI is trying to push forward. Stochastic's trying to push forward, but it's real tight together. Our money flow is heading up. Our VWAP, our medium term, is struggling to maintain a bullish trend or even create one. Over on our altcoins, everything looks like it's starting to cool off. You can see some of our altcoins took quite a big hit. Stochastic's starting to run down. RSI's running down. Momentum has a red dot. Our money flow is pretty weak. Our VWAP did break bearish and is heading down. Over on Bitcoin, we do have a bit of a tweezer tops that could form here. We did try to come back up above our value area high and got rejected. We also did come near our point of control and our support level and got rejected from breaking that as well. So neither the bulls nor the bears had very much luck today, but we did inch down slightly. Stochastic is going to make a bearish cross possibly. RSI is heading down, so those are about to weaken. Money flow is pretty flat, so that could start to weaken. Momentum's starting to curl. Our VWAP's starting to run out and getting close to the neutral zone, so we are getting pretty close to breaking bearish right here. Over on the 4 hour, Stochastic's trying to run up. RSI is overall heading down. Our money flow is in the red, did try to come back up but got rejected. VWAP is trying to curl up and our momentum is coming down, but is somewhat trying to curl here. So the 4 hour shows some signs that it wants to try and make a bit of a bounce. Over on the 2 hour, our RSI is falling, Stochastic's starting to round off. Money flow is very weak in the bullish territory, did try to break bearish but didn't succeed there. Our VWAP did try to come up bullishly, it however is struggling, so if that starts to round off and come down, we could see some further downside, especially with that stochastic about to curl. Our momentum looks like it wants to come up for a green dot, but if these other indicators start to fall, we may print a green dot, then get a red dot right after that could come down. Over on the 1 hour, we are overall in a slight up channel, so if we form another up channel from this up channel, then same thing could happen. Money flow overall is in the bearish territory right now. That did kind of happen in the beginning of this up channel. Stochastic is running up, RSI is starting to kind of fall. VWAP is trying to push up. Our momentum is trying to curl up, but looks like it could try to curl out if we're not careful. It did almost get a red dot here, but it did manage to push forward. Over on our futures, we still have that gap to fill, and we still have that lower gap. So over on graph, we are falling away from this channel. We've gotten about half of our move now. Stochastic's starting to fall, RSI is starting to fall, money flow struggling to get above that neutral zone and rejecting away. Our VWAP is rejecting away, our momentum got a red dot that confirmed, and we are falling away from that. Over on the 4 hour, our money flow is starting to come out very aggressively. Stochastic is trying to run back up, but our RSI overall is still stepping down. Our momentum wants to make a bullish curl up, but we could see a little bit of a curl up and then get slapped back down. Our VWAP is trying to run up as well, so we'd want to see something actually break this neutral zone and hold for some time. Our stochastic and RSI on the 2 hour are starting to reject away. Our money flow is starting to push down. Our VWAP did break bullish, however it was very weak and is starting to round off already. We did have a double green dot on our momentum here on the 2 hour. but it looks like we may start to curl away if we're not careful, especially with the money flow starting to come out. Over on the 1 hour, we are starting to curl away on that momentum. Our money flow is trying to push up though. Our VWAP is coming out, stochastic's getting close to making a bearish cross, and our RSI is pretty flat. So the 1 hour is looking pretty indecisive, and like we could break this zone soon if we're don't get some surprise momentum here. Over on Anchor, we are just sliding away still, just inching down, just getting closer and closer to that value area low. RSI is heading down, stochastic's heading down, money flow is starting to curl away again. Our VWAP did try to break bullish, however it's starting to flop over, and our momentum could get a red dot, then invalidating a green dot that we had, so that's not too good for us. Over on the 4 hour, our stochastic has a bullish cross, RSI is trying to push forward, but our money flow is in the bearish territory and starting to inch its way down, making lower lows. VWAP is trying to head up, and our momentum's trying to get a bit of a curl up. However, we could see a little bit more of a bleed, kind of like back here. Over on the 2 hour, I don't really have any decent patterns we could draw. Our stochastic's kind of rounding off, RSI is kind of rounding off, money flow tried to come up, but it's starting to flatten out just under that neutral zone, so it could start to reject away. Our VWAP did break bullish, however it's very weak and could start to curl as well. Momentum did get a green dot, however if we don't get some strength behind this and like some bigger green candles, then it's likely we could start to get some red candles. Over on the 1 hour, our money flow is rejecting away from that neutral zone. VWAP is trying to push forward though, stochastic's trying to push forward, our RSI is trying to inch up. So we are trying to inch up here on the 1 hour, however we don't look very strong. Over on XRP, we are still within our flag. We are kind of close to approaching the bottom, so I'd exercise caution. But we could make a bounce here. We are getting a little bit of a bullish divergence on not really. We are getting higher lows on higher lows. You'd want to look for consistent lows and higher lows for a bullish divergence. Our stochastic's starting to fall, has a bearish cross. You can't really see the orange line because the RSI is falling in line with it. Money flow is getting close to crossing bearish. VWAP is breaking bearish. Our money flow is starting to get a red dot that could reject this green dot. So we're setting up some potential for this flag to play out. Over on the 4 hour though, we are kind of curling with our stochastic. We could push forward. RSI overall is falling though. Momentum's coming down and is in the bearish territory. Money flow rejected bullish crossing and is making lower lows. So the 4 hour's not looking too strong. Our 2 hour, the stochastic's starting to round off. RSI is starting to round off, so we're starting to push away here. Not too good of a look. Our money flow is starting to reject away after trying to come up. Our VWAP's not really strong in the bullish territory. Our momentum does have a green dot, but it's not really curling up too strong. It's kind of going flat, so we could see a red dot invalidate it soon. Over on the 1 hour, we are kind of trying to curl back down with our momentum. Stochastic's kind of starting to curl, and we are pretty overbought. RSI is not really going anywhere, even though it has a lot of strength. Our VWAP is pretty flat. Our money flow isn't very strong in the bullish territory, so we're not too strong here, but we do have a slight bullish trend. Over on Algo, why did I click the weekly? Big red candle today. Bearish engulfing candle so far. Stochastic's got a bearish cross. RSI is pushing away. VWAP's heading down. Money flow's starting to head back down. Our momentum looks like it wants to curl down and get a red dot, so not too good on the daily here. Over on the 4 hour, money flow's coming out. Stochastic wants to make a bullish cross. Our RSI does have a green dot and is kind of flat though. Our momentum's kind of inching out. VWAP is trying to come up, but it's not really coming up too sharply. Over on the 2 hour, our money flow is rejecting away from the neutral zone, so not too good of a look for us. Stochastic and an RSI are starting to curl away, so if we lose this zone, we may revisit those lower zones. I believe they were back here around 16 cents, so not too far of a slippage, but we do have a little further we could slip. Over on the 1 hour, stochastic's getting very tight, trying to run up. RSI is running up, money flow's trying to run up, VWAP's trying to curl up and push forward, and our momentum wants to come up, but keeps trying to curl away. So, much like everything else, if we don't get some momentum here, then we could start to curl away and see some further downside. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a wonderful night.